Sylvia sound the siren, get it pumped like Big Papa, break 'em off proper. Thugonomics, no doctor. Y'all don't put in work, but you talk enough, and the talk is tough. Who your favorite part? We'll chalk it up. Spit an apple in your face like Carlito, the cannon on. I get to twitching like Braun Breaker, the damage on. I can let the trigger go off, centray at your boss, and then you dropping down the card, the price of a loss. You shut it down early, blessing. I'm more Monday Night Raw attrition. I go to 11. My thoughts are sinister. Go run to the minister. You ain't getting the push, better go get your gimmick up. I black out like the Ministry of Darkness. Cartridge hit your cartilage, you jonesing around. Beyond the bell, we just laying them down on any show. So if you ain't all in, take the bump right now. 1, 2, 3, yeah. Beyond the Bell podcast. Listen, share, subscribe, like, run it up. You know the vibes, man. Stop playing. Let's get it.
Okay, hey. What's up, lovely people? My real fans, what it do, what's popping? It's the undeniable, the reliable, the one and only Trigger Trey Knight. And we in your city tonight. I'm passing over my which side she on? I don't know. Whatever.
What's up, y'all? It's Sylvia the Siren. And then we're gonna pass it over to, I think, down here. Yes, there we go. 2.
Is it, man?
Oh, that was me?
That one.
Yeah, you.
Oh my God.
I was talking about saying, see what it is. Last time you see me, I was your favorite homie with a 40 tonight. I'm your favorite man with a can. Always with a still reserve in his hand. Mr. 211. Toast to y'all and yours.
Skadoosh.
I like that.
Did you hear that?
Last but not least.
It's your favorite tattooed heathen sipping on the Powerade because I've been throwing up all day.
Ugh. How over,
Dedication.
how underwhelming that can be.
All that positivity went clean out the window.
Okay. All right, y'all guys.
Pure
How y'all day?
energy.
All right, y'all. So we're gonna go ahead and kick this reaction video off. So WrestleMania, they dropped maybe about a couple of days ago 11 biggest WWE trolls. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Okay, real quick before we get into the video, who y'all think number 1 is? I'm gonna start with you, Trigger.
Gunther. Gunther. Gunther.
I would say Becky.
Becky who? Lynch?
Becky Lynch, yeah.
I mean, that's a solid choice.
That is a solid choice.
Yeah.
That's a solid choice.
Sinister.
I thought that Trigger was going to say himself. I'm shocked. Probably Sean.
Yeah,
Sean
definitely.
was
Sean was petty as hell. 2, what you got?
He ain't gonna be number 1, but my favorite, Lex Luthor, if he was from Texas. John Bradshaw Layfield. It was a menace those 10 months he was WWE champion. He ain't gonna be number 1. He ain't gonna be number 1, but I hope he on the list.
Listen, it's gonna be insane.
I think I want to change mine now.
No take backsies.
Okay, real quick. Okay, who would you flip for? Your favorite? I flip.
I ain't gonna lie. I'll say Triple H.
That's a good one.
Triple H is a troll, especially the DX. You know, DX hair boy.
That was gonna be my first one, but I went with Sean instead because of the Hogan.
Yeah.
Wait, are you asking like who would be our number 2 pick?
Yeah, we can give a number 2 pick, and that'll be it because we gonna see what they got. So go ahead.
Vince McMahon.
The Rock.
Or
Voldemort. Before we said 2. You got trick or treat. What is that? Say trick or treat.
Trick or treat.
Right now.
That'll be his name from now on.
Trick or treat.
Change his name in the thing. It's trick or treat.
All right, let's kick this off for real. Because y'all sitting up there trying to throw stuff and cheat. All right, let's play.
Wait a minute. Professional wrestlers make for some of the funniest trolls in the world.
Proof of this has always existed, with a notable example being John Cena's heel turn on the post-WrestleMania 29 Raw, and it is especially prevalent in today's social media age. All it takes is a few seconds of typing, and a wrestler can send fans into hysterics. Just for evidence, take a glimpse at Drew McIntyre's timeline on X. It's just pure trolling. Offline, however, all it takes is a wrestler dressing up as a rival colleague to send the audience reeling. Join us now as WrestleMania looks at 11 of the biggest WWE wrestler troll moves ever. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Number 11, the phenomenal one, Gunther. Our first troll job deserving of praise is also the most recent, as Gunther, fresh off retiring AJ Styles at the 2026 Rumble, mocked the phenomenal one's iconic ring entrance on the following Raw. Though it had been reported ahead of time by PW Insider that AJ was not scheduled for the show, there remained hope that he would at least appear one final time to deliver a farewell speech a la Shawn Michaels in 2010. That's what fans were anticipating when the opening bells of his theme music bellowed out, but their euphoria quickly turned sour when Gunther ran out to the stage instead. He paused before raising his arms in time with the music and pyro before AJ's music turned into Gunther's, the troll job having garnered the exact reaction that WWE was looking for. Gunther has never exactly suffered at any point throughout his 7-year stay with WWE, but he needed to add another layer to his character to prevent fans from growing bored of his same old "the mat is sacred" stick. Becoming a career killer was the exact move he needed, allowing him to display just the right level of assholeness. Number 10, the Heartbreak Kid Damien Sandow. Before he found solace as the Miz's stunt double Damien Mizdow, Damien Sandow took his inspirations from elsewhere, mimicking a different wrestler or celebrity every week as Charlie Huss had done before him, and even The Big Show. Between April and August of 2014, the former Mr. Money in the Bank embraced life as Abraham Lincoln, Sherlock Holmes, Magneto, Bruce Springsteen, and even then WWE Chairman Vince McMahon. But his most notable character ripoff was when he embraced his inner Heartbreak Kid. Dressing as Shawn Michaels the civilian rather than Shawn Michaels the wrestler, Sandow strode out in his best straw cowboy hat and snakeskin waistcoat to confront Bret Hart, who he had also dressed up as. The segment concluded with him ending up in a sharpshooter, obviously, and by next week, Damien Sandow had given up his career moonlighting as a Shawn Michaels doppelganger to become a Sonic worker. As was the case when Charlie Huss was doing it in the late noughties, the crowd erupted when Shawn Michaels' music hit, but they shouldn't have. This was bizarrely on an episode of Main Event, so an appearance from Mr. WrestleMania was as likely as Bret Hart finally forgiving Goldberg.
What?
That ain't never
Hold on.
happening. Number 9, Dolph's...
Pause. First off, did y'all think Gunther was going to kick it off at number 11?
I knew he was going to be on the list. I
But not that low.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was gonna be that low. I didn't know he was gonna start off like that. I was like, dang.
But at the same time, like Gunther's only had his little troll thing for maybe about 8-10 months a year.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when he hit the little number 47 dance, you know what I'm saying?
Listen.
Gunther
Okay, yeah, he ain't been trolling that long, so I get it. What about you, Trey?
Trick or treat.
I thought he would have been at like 9. I felt like he would have been a 9, but I mean, at least he made the list.
Right.
You just made the list.
No, I'm a little shocked because I didn't know. That's how I wasn't paying attention to him. I didn't know Miss Doppelganger was trolling like that.
Me neither. I actually remember the Magneto one, but that was it.
Yeah, that he didn't stick out to like being like the troll because like
Right.
I mean I always knew him as like trolling with the Miz, but I didn't know he was doing that for everybody else.
Does that really count as a troll? He was just playing dress up. Magneto wasn't there, and he was just like, "Oh, I can do stuff with my mind too."
That is true. That is true. It was a little bit more dress up than actually trolling. Yeah, I feel it.
I don't know. I mean, dressing up as somebody is kind of making fun of their character, which would be trolling.
Yeah, but Magneto don't wrestle.
Well, I mean, if you exclude Magneto, the dude dressed up as like everybody on a weekly basis. Y'all don't remember that?
I remember Magneto. That's the one that stuck out.
Okay. But you don't know anime. You remember Magneto.
No, I don't know anime. Boy, Shane.
Nah, boy.
I forgot it.
Big Love becomes
Don't
the
make
dead
me-
man. But there's no longer such a thing as originality in pro wrestling, which is why in 2017, Dolph Ziggler ripped off Damien Sandow's rip-off of Charlie Haas's gimmick, which also ripped off The Big Show. John Cena, Randy Savage, Shawn Michaels, and most strangely Naomi were among those to feel the wrath of Dolph Ziggler's new character, which was supposedly to highlight that work rate matters more than a flashy entrance. In other words, according to Ziggler, Randy Savage and Shawn Michaels, two of the greatest in-ring workers ever, only got over because of how they walked to the ring. Now let's be fair, it was a gimmick designed to fail, but not before Ziggler pulled off his best impersonation of The Undertaker. Mimicking the dead man on the September 26, 2017 episode of SmackDown, Dolph rocked up in full Undertaker apparel. And while the first sound of the gong created a rush of excitement, it quickly turned to whining once it was apparent that Mark Calloway was nowhere to be seen. Fans were tremendously bored by Dolph Ziggler in this area, and this gimmick was doing him probably no favors, but at least his caricature of The Undertaker served its purpose. It was a good Undertaker. Number 8, it's me. It's me. Big Show, Ziggler, Damien Sandow, and even Charlie Haas in the gimmick of Rip-Off Club was the Big Show, whose escapades at parodying those who came before him began just weeks after he headlined WrestleMania 2000. Like Ziggler, Sandow, and Haas, Show dressed up as legendary wrestlers such as Hulk Hogan, but the majority of his focus was fixated on mocking lower-level performers as he transformed into Val Venus as the Big Show Boski, Rikishi as Shokishi, the Berserker as Shonen the Barbarian. Now, he would take a break from dressing up as his colleagues when he was sent back to developmental, but come 2001, the world's largest athlete pulled off his most demeaning parody yet. Dressing up as Diamond Dallas Page at the height of his bleak motivational speaker character, the Big Show turned full DDP copycat, complete with an ill-fitting blonde wig and hilariously huge turkey teeth, before he delivered a monotonous rendition of a standard Page promo from the time. The live crowd got a good laugh out of the segment, supposed to do. They're not supposed to be taken seriously, and neither was DDP in WWE. Number 7, Stone Cold Kevin Owens. The return of Stone Cold Steve Austin was one of the biggest selling points for WrestleMania 38. WWE did right by Austin by keeping him off all programming until Mania itself, ensuring a gargantuan pop on the night. This didn't stop WWE from trolling its audience, however, as a sound of glass shattering kicked off Raw's March 22nd, 2022 episode. But instead of the Texas Rattlesnake, though, out walked Kevin Owens, Austin's WrestleMania 38 rival. Owens pulled off the Stone Cold imitation flawlessly, nailing every mannerism, from Austin's cocky ring walk to his turnbuckle pose, before listing off as many catchphrases as the time would permit. Ending the segment, KO purposefully fumbled catching the cans of beer that were tossed his way, before stunning a production worker for his troubles. The icing on the cake was that this Raw emanated from Chicago, a demographic that can get notoriously ruthless when things don't go the way they want. Hearing the glass shatter and getting Kevin Owens, not Stone Cold Steve Austin, made Owens the most hated man in town, in turn making the segment a roaring success.
I gotta pause because y'all know that's my goat right there. Man.
Stone Cold.
Nah, Stone Cold. Oh man, look at that bald head.
Hey, he got me that night because I remember I was like, yo. I was like, yo. And then he walked out there. I said, y'all gotta be crazy. Y'all got to be it.
I was just like, oh snap!
I was like, yo, Stone Cold. And,
and you know, Vince and them, you know, in the production truck, they had everybody face, you know, everybody like. I said, they hyped them up. The crowd, they let the crowd breathe.
He even had the knee brace.
He even had the knee brace strapped all the way on. I was like, come on, man.
He missed the king.
Look, oh Lord, oh Lord.
He was dropping beers. Dropping the beers.
That weak ass stunt.
Look, yeah. Oh Lord.
What was he juggling?
Look, at this point, I don't know what he was doing.
No, he just had them butterfingers. He was like Stone Cold old.
Look,
old
like
Stone
what's going on?
Cold. Stone old Steve Austin. That's what I was trying to say.
I mean, he was old at the time.
He was definitely, but this right here.
I was at that 38 too. It was gangster.
It was gangster for real.
Yeah. When Stone Cold, when his music hit, I was scared for a second because I was like, "Is it him?" Because he came out first. I was like, "Is it him? Is it him?" Oh snap! It is.
Wow.
That damn head.
Number 6, The Miz's history of impersonations. Unlike the other repeat offenders we've discussed, The Miz's long history of impersonating past and present colleagues saw him parody wrestlers he was feuding with at the time, rather than just plain dress up as to who was relevant for that week. Undoubtedly, his best impersonation was his parody of The Rock in 2011. saving John Cena from Alberto Del Rio and Brodus Clay beatdown ahead of WrestleMania 27. The Miz looked every bit like the Great One until he removed his sunglasses. As he would have gotten away with it had Michael Cole, his #1 fan at the time, not started to hysterically laugh the minute he saw The Miz. Subsequent parodies have seen the A-lister don the jorts as John Cena and the leather waistcoat as LA Knight, both of which were also convincing enough to draw seismic reactions until fans saw a close-up of his face.
That was too cute.
Number 5, the fake Bret Hart. Although the topic of the Montreal Screwjob...
Dang. I got a question. Out of all of the trolling that The Miz did, I thought The Miz would kind of been a little bit more higher, but that Rock?
Yeah, that Rock was crazy because he looked like I said, all right, look.
The embodiment of it all, like the
Nation of Domination coming out here. Who is that?
No, he had me more at LA Knight. I remember that one. When he came out that joint, I was like, "Oh snap! What are you doing out here?"
Oh, dude, that's the guy's the dude. That's the other dude. Like what?
Right.
Like what?
Yeah.
Like come on, Rocky.
You want to know a hilarious story about The Miz doing The Rock?
What?
Say which?
I'll never forget where I was when that happened and who I was with. I won't name him.
Who you with?
But we were hanging out, and he was on the edge of that, like, I'm done with wrestling. The Rock is gonna save me. And when The Miz came out dressed as The Rock, he popped so hard. And when he took those sunglasses off, he threw the remote across the room, walked out. Hasn't watched wrestling since.
Dang.
And every time I see that highlight, I laugh so hard.
Hey, whoever you are, hey, look, just know The Rock did come back several times.
He doesn't care, dude. It checked him out. He was like, I hate The Miz. The Miz sucks. He's not The Rock. And just like, he was so mad.
The Miz is amazing.
Has been done to death on the YouTube platform, it still leaves a sour taste in the mouths of many, particularly because for a while, Vince McMahon just couldn't let it go. Much like his victory against WCW in the Monday Night Wars, McMahon seized every opportunity to poke the beast, continuing to mock Bret Hart long after he jumped ship to Atlanta, and that included the immediate aftermath of Survivor Series 97. While the night after the fateful pay-per-view saw Vince utter his infamous Bret screwed Bret line, he handed the reins over to DX 2 weeks later. Shawn Michaels, the very man who defeated Hart in the infamous match, claimed to introduce the Hitman to put an end to the controversy. But instead, a little person wearing a degrading Bret Hart mask appeared, failing to put much of a fight against the obviously larger Michaels and Triple H. Although the segment could have done without the involvement of Jim Neidhart, this was a masterstroke in trolling from the WWF, brilliantly addressing the controversy without having to deliver the impossible return of Bret Hart. Number 4, WWE hypes up Jinder Mahal. With notorious troll master Triple H sitting at the head of the table in WWE, the company's troll jobs have become considerably more overt, although nothing will ever compare to the roller coaster of emotions felt by fans who tuned into the 1st January 2024 episode of Raw. Promoting the return of a former WWE champion left everyone anticipating The Rock. So when Jinder Mahal walked out instead, the drop in excitement was felt worldwide. There were audible signs and groans as Mahal strutted out in full confidence. It absolutely...
I had a grand old time.
Swear. Swear. Hey, swear. Hey, look, the crowd was like, oh.
Like all of them. And I was sitting at home smiling like a Cheshire cat. I was just like, look at my champion.
Look, he over there, look, hitting, he about to hit the over. He's about to come on. Hey, how y'all doing?
No pop. No pop at all.
Hey, it was like,
ass. You heard it.
Hey, you know how Michael Cole be like, who can it be? And then it's quiet. And then there's music. And I'm like,
I was like, it's Jinder. It's Jinder
It's
Mahal.
just
Greatest
Jinder.
WWE champion in all the 21st century.
It's like, okay. This guy.
You don't look, you don't hinder the gender.
Paul strutted out in full confidence. It absolutely killed the audience excitement. But the adrenaline rushed again when The Rock finally entered, enhancing WWE's latest trolling of the audience to levels never
that
seen
right
before.
There said that he was buried.
Despite being booked specifically to knock the vibe, Jinder Mahal remained in good spirits about the ordeal, and he got a World Heavyweight Championship main event match against Seth Rollins later in the month. So it wasn't all bad news, unless you were Seth Rollins' knee.
and
Number
it was a good
3,
match.
Seth Rollins shields himself. Inspired ring gears are nothing new in the modern age of pro wrestling. Movies, comics, and video games often being drawn upon by WWE superstars when designing their gear, but no one is better at telling a masterful story through their ring gear than Seth Rollins. Throughout his WWE tenure, Seth has drawn inspiration not only from pop culture, but from his catalog of matches. At Crown Jewel 2025, where he was booked against Cody Rhodes, Rollins' tights pulled together the pair's previous matches from 2022, with 3 patches sewn into his zebra print tights to represent each contest, including the mocking polka dot ensemble that parodied Dusty Rhodes, Cody's late father. 3 years earlier, however, at the 2022 Royal Rumble, Seth brilliantly trolled the audience and, judging by his reaction, Roman Reigns himself. Challenging the Tribal Chief for the undisputed title, Rollins played on their pair's history, entering through the crowd to the Shield's old theme music while decked out in his riot-like attire. Reigns' facial reaction was the icing on the cake, though. He looked as though he legitimately had no clue of Seth's intentions, which is hopefully true. Number 2, CM Punk is the third
Pause
Hardy
real
Boy.
quick.
On
Hold
an
on.
episode of WWE Breaking
Y'all remember that?
Listen,
With what? When Seth came out in the Shield?
Yes.
Yeah, Roman was
Roman's
scared. He was just like,
face.
"Is Moxley here?"
Roman had that title like this. He said, "Zero, hold on." I was like, "What? What?"
Nah, that joint had me shook too, because I was just like, "Ain't no way."
I said,
Ain't
"Look,
no
they ain't
way.
brought John back, Dean
I was like,
Ambrose."
Is this something we don't know about? I'm like, oh shoot, the Shield coming out.
Hey, look,
Man,
they was cooking. They was cooking in and swerved.
yeah, that was pretty cool.
I can hear Seth all the way in the ground.
Hey, man.
But after a while, I got tired of them fighting each other because at that time they was on every pay-per-view together fighting. So like him trolling like that kind of switched up the momentum.
They were trauma dumping each other, you know.
Yeah.
The chair. It's always the chair.
The
I'll never
chair.
forgive you for that chair shot ever.
The chair.
Yeah, they could never
Down
let that chair
released in
go.
December 2025, CM Punk stated that he always aims to habitually step over the line during his storylines. And in 2009, he did precisely that when he mocked Jeff Hardy during their acclaimed feud. Mocking Jeff Hardy's signature entrance on the summer 2009 SmackDown, CM Punk looked like the spitting image of the charismatic Enigma. His naturally long hair helped
Like
mask
his
his
doppelganger.
true self, as did the Jeff Hardy style face paint, while the armbands managed to cover up his tattoos. Entrance-wise, CM Punk absolutely nailed Hardy's mannerisms. It wasn't until much later into the segment that fans realized they had been duped. WWE always went too far with Jeff Hardy's single storylines, typically referencing his historical substance abuse issues. While Punk did touch on those later in the feud, it's his imitation of Jeff that many look as the defining step over the line during their acclaimed rivalry, rather than the cheap heat. And number 1, Mark Henry's salmon jacket. The concept of a wrestler teasing
I don't think this video knows what trolling means.
Mark Henry salmon jacket, number 1. Really? Really?
their
What?
return
Jacket
before
is
turning it
number
into a
one?
storyline is absolutely nothing new. But nobody did it better than Mark Henry.
Salmon
This ain't a troll.
jacket.
This is just Mark Henry's greatest moment ever.
Right. Oh, salmon jacket.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Are
what the
you
hell? What?
serious?
Who made this again?
What?
Salmon is a pink jacket.
What about this is a troll?
Go,
dude?
I don't
go,
understand
go
how
back.
this is
Go
number
back
one.
to that kid with like.
Oh, yeah, go back to
the
the
glasses with the bifocals.
That's the number 1 troll.
No, with the bifocals. Or are you talking about with the
No, the one with the hair. The one with the hair.
Lord. Lord, look.
Who is that? You can't tell me that little boy name ain't Ulysses.
The defining
Maybe
step
we
over the
need
line
to
during
listen.
their
How dare
acclaimed
you,
rivalry,
Jeff?
rather than the cheap heat. And number 1, Mark Henry's salmon jacket. The concept of a wrestler teasing their retirement before turning it into a storyline is absolutely nothing new. But nobody did it better than Mark Henry did in 2013. He cast doubt over his future in the ring through social media before, but on Raw's June 17th, 2013 episode, he confirmed he was hanging up his boots for good in a genuinely emotional speech.
You're crying.
John Cena, the WWE champion at the time, joined a tearful Henry, which shouldn't have cast doubt over the legitimacy of Henry's retirement. The former world heavyweight champion continued, thanking his family, friends, and fans as he went to hug Cena. And then he dropped him with the world's strongest slam, ending a career-defining moment by standing tall with the WWE title. Though his career had peaked 2 years earlier with his Hall of Fame gimmick, this could have been the makings of another groundbreaking run for Mark Henry. But sadly, his quest to topple John Cena fell short at Money in the Bank. This, however, was reportedly at Mark Henry's own request. The story goes that he legitimately was considering retirement before Vince McMahon talked him into making a story out of it. He mentioned, "A lot of people were mad at the WWE. I did not take the opportunity to win the title and to run with it. At the same time, I was injured, and I told him, I was like, look, man, I really did want to retire, and Vince McMahon talked me out of retiring. He's like, let's just keep it going, and then you retire and let it be a real retirement. I want you to really get into it." And that's what happened. Anytime a WWE superstar dons a pastel-like jacket, you know we're in for a ride. But there you have it, folks. 11 of the biggest WWE troll moves
That
ever.
should never be number one.
Hey,
Oh.
hey,
At
real
all.
quick.
These people don't know what troll means.
To WrestleMania, but dog. Nah, I
Hey,
don't know about
what? Number one, first of all, I just want to say if you wanted to make it super believable, I would have had everybody lined up on the stage, and you know how they up there clapping like, "Hey, thank you, Mark, thank you." But you only had Cena come out there like, and that's a troll. Troll.
It wasn't.
Mm-mm. He left off some people, man. Normally, shout out to WrestleMania.
He left off when JBL fought Godzilla. He trolled all Asia.
I thought we was gonna get the JBL, you know, talk about the border joint, and I was like, yeah, nah.
Talking about what?
The border joint.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I thought we'd have got that as a troll at least. I mean,
I thought we
what?
was gonna get Becky Lynch, you know,
I
with the
can't
Hogan
believe
and
Triple H
stuff.
wasn't even on the list.
I mean, if we was gonna do troll, I mean, we could have. I mean, if we talking about trolling people, I mean, you could have saw how Randy Orton trolled Rey Mysterio when he said Eddie's going to hell.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Or
yeah.
when DX came out dressed like Shane and Vince and then played stand back.
Or when Rated RKO came out like DX, and then they was like,
Damn it, you people think this is funny?
and then or when the Spirit Squad and them had got doo-doo, well, Snickers
Good
doo-doo.
Oh,
Doo-doo.
what about Roman when he got dog food thrown on him?
Who?
I wouldn't even put that on there. I ain't look. Try with
Oh,
you.
that's a disrespect, not a troll. Okay.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, you
That's-
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, what you said? I missed it.
So Roman getting dog food thrown on him should have
no,
been a
that's not
troll,
a troll.
but nah, that was a disrespect, not a troll. Got it. Yeah.
They would have had
I've
seen.
like retconned that in my own brain. That was so terrible.
It was. All right. So real quick, y'all. Do y'all feel like this countdown was kind of spot on?
No.
No.
Not at all. They just had a whole
In
bunch
unison.
of dressing up
No.
like this.
Y'all said it
Yo,
at the same time.
Chris Jericho wasn't even on the list. Ironically.
Right. He didn't even make the list.
He didn't make his
He
own
didn't
list.
troll nobody.
trolled
According to these
everybody.
people.
But go back
know,
and
that
watch
bump
the
on
stuff
that.
he said about
The
Stephanie.
Rock didn't even make the list.
The stuff he did with Sean. Like,
Like what?
But he do not.
I'm the game.
Right. All right. Well, shout out to WrestleMania for this 11 WWE trolls. It
This
was
alleged list.
I'm gonna use that alleged list now.
Mhm.
Thank you everybody for tuning in and comment below what you feel was the biggest troll out of WWE. Because do you feel
The
like
biggest
this?
troll on this list was us.
Hey, let me put my undisputed on real quick.
Mhm.
I Yo,
oh
Trigger.
god.
Trigger, tell them where they can find you.
Man, you can find me at Trigger Trolling official.
Trigger Treat.
I'm playing. At official OVO Sound _11. Strong Latrell waiting out on everything else. And
Yeah.
pass it down over which one, you know.
I would go. Y'all, it's Sylvia the Siren. Y'all can find me at Sylvia _ Darlene or Sylvia the Siren on TikTok.
Wait, what?
You might can find me underneath your auntie hood of her car because that's what I look like right now.
Now you really trolling.
Yeah. But who am I again? Oh, Man is Still _ That's where you can find me at, chilling.
Somebody get their cousin Pookie off the screen.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. No, you know who I am? I'm your Uncle Elroy.
Hey, Uncle Elroy.
Let me in.
Hey, Sinister, what you got?
I'm done. Y'all, good Lord. You can find me on X somewhere. I don't remember the name anymore.
You can find him
somewhere. I don't. You can find me trying to clip the dude with the glasses forever.
Now
Tipping on fofos.
Now that's toxic.
Toxic.
Yeah.
That's toxic.
Hey,
That's what we doing.
Toxic.
That's what we doing. Too soon, man.
all right, y'all. This is another reaction video. We got more coming up. We Beyond the Bell podcast. Peace.
1, 2, 3, yeah. Beyond the Bell podcast. Listen, share, subscribe, like, run it up. You know the vibes, man. Stop playing. Let's get it.